So have you processed anything yet? Are you still kind of waiting for everything to just hit you at this point? Like what's been the last, 30 some minutes been like for you?
I mean, it's been crazy. Just the love from my teammates. But really, everybody's just been taking it all in, just hugging coaches, hugging trainers, hugging my teammates, and just looking back on what we did this year. Yeah, I'm starting to process it now. Yeah, it's getting to me a little.
How big of a win is today, and how big is the overall season when you look at the impact that it's going to have?
Oh my gosh, today we made a statement. Today we want. That's what we wanted to do today, and that's what we went out and did. We went out and we made a statement. We went out there. We played 60 minutes of JMU football, and I mean it's just amazing just to just see what this team did this year, and just see what this team has the potential to do in the future. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You've been in this program a long time. Watching from where this team was when you were a freshman, the true freshman, to where it is now, just what does that mean and how crazy is it?
It's beautiful just to see the process, to see where we came from, starting in the FCS, just, doing our thing there, being successful there, and then transitioning to the FBS, where again we were successful. And I mean, we told people at the beginning of the season that they were going to surprise, they were going to be surprised, and we were going to turn heads. And I feel like that's what we did this year.
Knowing this was it,
Mhm.
for this year, when they started playing "We Are the Champions," what did that feel like?
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. I was over there. I was hugging my coach. All the running backs come up to me. I'm looking at the board. I'm over there singing too. We are the champions. I was like, yeah, we are. We did it. We did it. You know what I mean? We did it. We made an impact, and we showed them what JMU football is about. I'm happy that we were able to do it.
Did this feel like that perfect ending to the year for you? Like did it just feel like everything just kind of fell into place?
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. It was perfect. Went out there, scored a lot of touchdowns. Scored a lot of touchdowns. Played great football, and this is the perfect ending, and I'm just happy to be a part of it.
How were the players? How were their players in the postgame?
What do you mean after the game?
Yeah.
I mean, they were just. They were congratulating us. Just good job, good job. But I mean, they were a little disappointed. I don't think they expected the game to go like this. Mhm.
Is Tutson Teo, in your eyes, the offensive player of the year in the conference this year?
Oh, of course, of course. He's a baller. He's a baller. He does what he needs to do on and off the field to be successful on Saturdays, and I think he deserves to be Offensive Player of the Year.
What has it been like for you to, see him come into this team last January and be able to do what he did, through the offseason, now through the year as well?
I mean, it's been great to just see him progress and see him just motivate and just take a leadership role on this team. Even being someone that just came in, he didn't shy away from being vocal or being a leader, and that's something that I respect. And I'm glad that I was able to play ball with him this season.
What's it like to see that not even 4 months ago, Sunbelt coaches had JMU picked sixth place in the East, and to now to be, in your eyes, kings of the East? What's that like?
Oh, I mean, we knew they were gonna try and put us at the bottom just because they didn't know what we were about. We're an FCS team and all that, so that's what we expected back then. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, we're just like, every Saturday you gotta come out on that field, your team and our team, and whoever's gonna play the best ball that day, you know what I mean? It's gonna catch the W. Yeah.
Percy, did your team save its best for last? Was today JMU's best performance of the season?
I think today, in all phases, was JMU's best performance. Special teams was on point. You could see Wayne Knight was out there downing the balls on the 1 yard line. Offense, they were dominant. We were dominant. We were dominant in the trenches. Defense, it's great. Jay Green had a pick. It was beautiful just seeing everybody play, just playing their role and doing what they were supposed to do.
Any other questions?
Good.
Hey, what message do you have for JMU Nation?
Hey, thank you, JMU Nation. You guys have been the best. I thank you guys for all the love and support that you guys have given me over these past few years. don't regret anything, and I'm just happy to be a part of it. I'm happy to be surrounded by so many good people. And hey, if there's any recruits out there, this is the place. This is the place. This is the best atmosphere. This is where the love is shown, and this is where you're going to play great football. So I love you, JMU Nation. Number 31 is out, man. Number 31 is out. Love you guys.
If you look back when you were in the portal, thinking, if somebody told you this would be the outcome, what would you have thought? First of all, in your eyes, you made the right decision in that case.
Shoot, I made the decision to come to James Madison with zero knowledge on James Madison. So like I came in here with no expectations. I just knew that there was a group of men, and I was going to try to leave an impact on them regardless, and be a part of the history going FBS, be the first team to have a full FBS schedule. And I ended up winning the job and producing on the field. So I'm blessed to be a Duke.
How special has this season been for you, being your final college season, but also being able to be in such a historic moment like this?
Oh, no doubt. I was written off after last season. People told me I wasn't good, and to come out here and be a part of this team and help this team win in the fashion that I did, it's just. I made people eat their words, and that's the best feeling. Y'all ever did that before? That's the best feeling.
Take me through that moment when you walked off the field to, basically a standing ovation with people chanting your name as you gave Signetti a hug. What was that like for you, just seeing the support that you got?
Oh, that was awesome. I'm a little tweaked right now, so I really wasn't paying attention to the standing ovation. But JMU Nation, I thank y'all so much. You guys were supportive, because I got the other end of fans and all that kind of stuff. So getting shown that love and feeling the love is awesome, and I really appreciate it.
I know in the locker room you guys feel differently than what the official results will say. But when they started playing, we are the champions. What was that like for you guys?
There's no doubt that we're Sun Belt East champs, and everybody in the country knows that. Shoot, even this team that just walked off the field knows that. So, that's just a great feeling. That's what we worked for all year, and we did it. So, that's a blessing, and it's a kudos to our coaches and our players.
So you enter a long line of quarterbacks that have come here and had success from somewhere else. Will you be part of trying to recruit other quarterbacks to come here and tell them to work out pretty well?
Oh, we got a good one already. He from the crib too, Florida. So we're gonna see if he can take the reins.
I guess going off that a little bit, what about from your experience at JMU being in this situation has allowed transfer quarterbacks to take that next step and improve? You're not the first one to do it, but you're the most recent to do that.
Right. I don't know what it is about this place, but it's special. Like there's something special about this place. And it just seems like the offense fit me perfect this year. They put the ball in my hands and let me go out there and deal. So, I didn't have that at Temple. I was more of a utility guy, played on special teams, and then at CSU, they kind of try to play the game from the sideline with me. So, this is the first time I actually, got the full reins and, I produced. So, just if you come to James Madison, you got to be on your A game for sure.
Did your team save its best for last? Was this JMU's best performance of 2022?
That's a hard question. That is a very hard question. I don't know. Them comeback wins are crazy. The App State and the Georgia State games. Those comebacks are crazy, and that showed a lot about our team. But for sure, this is a great way to end it off. For sure.
What adjustments did you guys make going into the second half to be able to put up the offensive effort that you did?
We didn't make any. We said we're gonna keep doing what we're doing.
What are you going to do tonight to celebrate the season?
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out with my family and call it a night.
Who do you think the Sun Belt Player of the Year is?
I'm gonna leave that to the people, but you know my answer. I'm gonna leave that to the people for sure, but you know my answer.
You were giving the ball to Rav quite a bit today, and he was able to get into the end zone twice. I mean, how exciting was that for him to be able to?
It should have been 3. I missed him. Missed him on the in that back corner over there. Missed him, but it happened for a reason. It was already written. God already had it written, and that was how it shook out. So I told Rav last week I'm like, let's go for 100 last week before the game. And I guess he waited to senior day to do it. So he'd be a great player. Great player. I had a great. All my receivers are great players, and they all made plays throughout the whole season. So.
You mentioned coming here sight unseen. When you come from Philadelphia and you're coming down 81 and you see all these farms and all that stuff, what's your reaction? Because it's obviously a much different kind of place than a big bustling city.
Yeah, I took that drive like 2 or 3 times in the summer because I have friends out there, and I kind of looking at the farms and all that. That's not something I would live in, but it's kind of cool to see other people living in it. So, it's deeper. You get a deeper appreciation. You know what I mean?
Was it a relief when you got off 245 and saw there was actual stuff here?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I just follow the GPS. I don't know no roads, nothing. I just follow the GPS.
For you as a quarterback, the defense the last 3 games has really stepped up, especially in the second half. I think there's only 6 points in those 3 games. How much easier does that make it for you than forcing the other team off pretty quickly?
No, for sure. I know what a good defense looks like, and we definitely have one because at Temple we had a great defense the 3 years that I was there. So, they're fast and they create havoc, and that's what every defense, should aspire to have.
Are you going to be pursuing an opportunity for the NFL after, this game settles in, get a few weeks in the off season?
You know that answer. You know that answer.
So I guess what did JMU kind of do to maybe propel what you feel like is your draft stock and everything going into April?
I mean, I just produced on the field, and I hopefully that speaks for itself. The system is kind of a pro style system in regards to the normal stuff that we have to do, like protections. I ID the mic and all that kind of stuff. So I didn't really do that at my other schools, but they definitely helped me, and I feel like kind of helped me for my future.
Former JMU head coach Mickey Matthews came and talked to you guys this week. What was it like to kind of experience some of the history of this program while at the same time learning from a coach like that?
Oh, that was awesome. He told us not to step on their neck. He told us rip the head off. So, I think we did that.
You've evolved so much throughout your college career, but where do you see the evolution of your game?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I feel like from last season to this season, definitely my most the most evolution that I had. Cause I took all the lessons that I learned last year being a guy, and then I just applied it to this year, and it paid dividends for me. So I feel like all the lessons and all the hardship and all the times I'm second guessing and all that kind of stuff, paid the way for this season. So.
What is it about being a student athlete that you can really build the rest of your life on?
Time management, all those kind of stuff. Being a student athlete is not easy at all. Not at all. So, it's just, I feel like that's the biggest, kind of easiest transition from being a student athlete to the real world, because, you got to deal with so much stuff. Like, you even got to deal with, being politicked and stuff like that. So, if you go to your job and you feel like somebody else getting favoritism or something like that, now as a student athlete how to maneuver that, you know what I mean? So I feel like being a student athlete definitely sets you up.
After the game, I saw you signing autographs for fans after everyone had went to the locker room. So I guess for you, how important is it to give back to the community here and to the fans here?
Well, like I told you, I got the other end of the spectrum with the fans, so I definitely want to show love if they showing me love, you know what I mean? And like I said, I love JMU Nation.
If somebody told you before the game that it would be a 40-point win, what would your reaction have been?
I'd have been like, I knew that. I knew that.
When you look at a win like this in a season like you guys had, how big of a statement did you actually make, not only within the state but nationally?
I think we just set our mark on FBS football. Everybody knows who JMU is now, and they can't deny it. We won the Sun Belt East. We should be going to a bowl game. I mean, that's up to the NCAA, but we should be. And I mean, we just basically made our mark first year as an FBS team.
Today you became the first player in JMU history to have multiple 1,000-yard seasons. What is that like for you as a player to kind of reach that accolade again?
I mean, it feels great, but I mean, I can't take all the credit for that. It's up to the quarterback. It's up to the linemen. People gave me the ball. So, I mean, it feels great to go back-to-back and be the first person to do that, and I'm proud of myself for accomplishing that.
Kind of going off that, you mentioned Todd. You've played with a bunch of different quarterbacks in your career. What has it been like seeing him kind of come in this year and make the most of it, and kind of just help you, not only you propel your game, but the rest of the team as well?
Yeah, I mean, when he came in and I seen him in spring ball, I knew he was going to be a great quarterback for us in the fall. A lot of people were doubting him. I just knew he was going to silence the doubters, and he did that, and he should be the Sun Belt Player of the Year.
You grew up here. Your dad and your mom both went here. To be able to come off the field with the performance that you did today and the performance that your career has been, what does that mean?
It means a lot. I mean, JMU is in my blood, and it's always going to be in my blood. So it just means a lot to, accomplish what I did at JMU and finish how I did. So it means a lot to me, for sure.
And your career here has been long. Your football career in general has been long, growing up in Virginia. Just looking at what you guys have done across the state, what do you think the state of Virginia football is like with JMU giving the performance it did?
Oh, I think JMU the king of Virginia for football. I mean, we didn't show that this year. I think we're the best football team in the state of Virginia, for sure.
Devin had a big game today. What was it like to see someone on the other side of you, be able to go off like that?
Yeah, I'm happy for Rav. He deserves it. He's a great player, and he definitely deserved to have 2 touchdowns. I think he had over 100 yards too. So it's a great way for him to end his career.
What was that moment like watching Todd walk off the field, and then eventually you had your moment to, the applause and everything like that? What was that moment like for you guys as a senior class to walk off the field together?
Yeah, I mean, it's special. We love the JMU Nation, so it's definitely a special moment getting a standing ovation when you walk off the field for your last time. I mean, it means a lot. Like I said, we love JMU Nation. We love playing in front of these fans, and I'm definitely gonna miss it.
You, earlier this week, the team heard from former JMU head coach Mickey Matthews. What does that mean to kind of have him come talk to you guys, and what does that kind of mean about learning about the history of the program?
Yeah, he definitely got us fired up when he talked to us. He definitely got us fired up. But yeah, it means a lot. He's a pivotal head coach. He coached at JMU for a really long time, so it's nice to have somebody come back and still be rooting for you all the time, even though he hasn't coached here in like 10 years plus. So it means a lot.
You're just talking about Rav. I know you guys didn't come here at the same time, but played a few years together and grew up fairly close to each other. Did you guys have a relationship before you became teammates?
But I did my senior year of high school. I played against Rav my first game when he played at North Stafford. So it's funny how it worked out. Me and him both being on the same team at JMU and finishing together.
Any other questions for KT? We got one more.
Testing. I know if it's on. Okay. Todd and Teo, James Madison, quarterback here. Chris Goten. So, you started off at VMI. Now you're here with James Madison. You were FCS last year. Got 1,000 yards. FBS Sun Belt. How do you feel about that?
I'm gonna just thank my quarterback. FBS, he got me my 1,000 yards. It's all I can do is thank my quarterback. It's been a long ride with me and you. We going out on top.
Yes, sir. A lock.
What does this win, this season as a whole, mean to the program, but also, what kind of statement did you guys make?
It means a lot. I mean, not only to win, but to win in this fashion, it was definitely really big. It was a big culmination of the entire season, a great way to end it, a great way to put a stamp on it the way it was supposed to go. And, I'm just proud of the guys. It was a really good time.
In the first quarter, they had over 100 yards of offense. After that, the next 3 combined for less than 100. What did you guys do differently or, clamp down as a defense, really kind of give them nothing the rest of the way?
I don't think we really did anything differently. We just were able to wear on them. Our speed, our physicality wore them down, and we were able to just finish plays, finish tackles, and I feel like that was a big thing. We kept hitting the quarterback. We kept hitting the running backs and gang tackling and just flying around. And I feel like eventually we got a good feel for what they were trying to get into, and we were able to read out plays fast and get to the ball fast.
Is that something you've noticed? I mean, the past 3 weeks, you guys in the second half have only given up 6 points. What's changed in those 3 weeks from the previous, where the second halves weren't the best?
I'm not sure. I can't. We pretty much do the same thing, but I feel like after those losses, there might be a little bit more of a sense of urgency in knowing that we gotta put people away. We can't let them hang around, or else we could have a Georgia Southern type situation and stuff like that. So I feel like our attention to detail and our intensity kind of revved up in these past 3 games, and I feel like that showcased in our ability to be consistent throughout the second half as well.
What was it like seeing Jalen Green get an interception today?
Nah, that was cool, man. I did not expect it. The way because when he turned around, it was right when the ball was on him, and he just caught it. That was very clean. That was cool. I don't know why he ran out of bounds, but that was definitely a cool play to see a D lineman catch a pick like that. That was cool, for sure.
If you had to pick a player of the year in this conference, who would you pick?
The player, like offensive player?
Yeah,
I would pick
player of the year.
Todd. Definitely. He's been having multiple touchdown games. I think maybe every time he's played. He's been playing really well. So I'd definitely say Todd, player of the year.
This might be a hard question, but if you could pick a defining moment of the season, what would it be?
A defining moment. A defining moment. I guess it would probably, well, like games that model kind of how our season went. I would say it would be either App State or Georgia State, where it's like, sometimes things were going good and then it went really bad, like when we lost the 3 games, and then we were able to bounce back and finish strong on these last 3. I feel like those games where we made the comebacks were the biggest testament to how we were as a team and how we rallied behind each other and were able to come back. So I'd say either App State or the Georgia State game were definitely the games that modeled really what this season was.
And seeing what you guys did in your first year in FBS, just looking at the future of this program, what do you see?
I think we should have been moved up, honestly, based on how successful we are. But I see the program going up and up from here, building off of the success next season, and really showing more people and having what JMU is and having an even better season than we had this year, and being able to go to a bowl game, being able to actually win the Sun Belt. I feel like that's definitely in the future of this team. We knew it. Like, I knew JMU would be good moving up, but it's definitely coming on way faster than a lot of people thought. And I think that we can just ride with this momentum and continue to build.
Way back, almost 4 months ago, Sunbelt Media Day, Sunbelt coaches had you guys 6th place in the East.
Yeah.
Does that make being kings of the East, that much sweeter?
Yeah, it definitely does, man. They disrespected us in the beginning, but, I mean, obviously they didn't know what JMU was capable of, coming from the FCS. They thought it was going to be sweet. But, we definitely proved them wrong, obviously, being number 1 in the East as opposed to 6th, and to be able to beat the people who are the champions that are going to play in the game in this fashion. It was definitely a statement of how good we were this entire season.
Does the win make your foot feel any better?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it definitely does. The wins make everything feel better. I feel great. My foot's fine. They just always do precautionary stuff, but my foot's fine, and definitely a great win.
Take me through you guys walking off the field after that, and you got, we are the champions playing and different things like that, a sign on the field. What was that moment like for you guys on the field?
It was really cool, man, because I was saying to Dave, like, we never finished a season with a win since I've been here. It's always been like a heartbreaking loss in the playoffs every single year. So it was definitely nice to end the season on a win and to be able to celebrate with the guys and have all the pictures and everything like that, see people's families on the field. It was a very beautiful moment.
Did the end of the season feel like differently, knowing that there was an end date rather than those games where you didn't know how far you're going to go?
Nah, it was definitely very different because, it was funny because there was a lot of emphasis on, like, the older guys, and people were giving us a hard time the whole time, knowing that it's they were saying, oh, it's your last lift, it's your last practice, it's your last this, last that. And I was thinking, I was like, why? This never really happened with the other guys, because we didn't know that this was going to be their last game, because, like, it was always in the playoffs. But it was definitely a different vibe, emotional vibe throughout the week and throughout this game and towards the end as well. And but I'm just grateful for my time here at JMU. It was definitely a fun time, and to end it like this, it was really good.
Prior to the season, everyone made out the Sun Belt East Division as the toughest division in G5. It was super tough. Now, after playing that schedule, do you agree with that? Was it just as tough as you anticipated, or was it even tougher?
Yeah, it was just as tough as I thought it would be. But I wouldn't say it was that different than playing in the CAA, honestly. Like, I feel like it was about the same in terms of, because the CAA had good players too. You got physical players, physical O linemen, and the way they were making it seem is like you're going to come into this level and just be outmanned and pushed around, and we weren't going for that. And I feel like that it was tough, like it wasn't easy to play against these teams, but I feel like we definitely held our own and played like a team who's been here for years. Everybody good?
I got one more.
Oh, okay.
You know, you and I have talked about your journey a lot, and you guys as a collective group and as a team have decided that you're gonna not worry about the senior emotions until after this game. Well, you know, what has this program meant to you and the journey that you personally have been on with the ups and downs that you've faced the last few years?
It's meant everything to me, man. They really supported me through all the setbacks and the injuries I had to go through to get here. Everybody treated me right. Everybody was nice. It was definitely a great time being here. I'm glad I chose JMU when I was back in high school, and I'm just grateful, man. It's been great being here, seeing people come, seeing people go, seeing people grow, and watching myself grow as well. It was a great environment.
You kind of already answered it a little bit, but everyone else has got this question already. What has JMU Nation, I guess, meant to you? And if you had a last message for all the fans and the people here, what would that be?
JMU Nation, hold on, wait a second. JMU Nation, they've been great, man. They've supported me the whole way. People on Twitter and all the podcasts and all the people, the newspapers and stuff, they've definitely they've made it a fun experience. I've had a great time interacting with you all, taking pictures with you all. It's just I feel the love and I appreciate everything, and yeah, that's all I gotta say, man. Just keep supporting the team, keep being there. We love y'all for sure.